together some individual highlights of the five of us. I'm going to go first. Watch this. Kevin.
What about Kevin?
Oh my gosh. That was a commercial break flub. And I'm so sorry. I'm going to get fired again. The scar that I have is from when I fell off the three-wheeler.
So bad.
Jesse just asked me if I was actually wearing heels because I'm so short. But no, we were told to wear our flats.
There we go. Is that better? Are we framed up? I just want to make sure everybody knows at home, Dana is actually wearing heels. She's even shorter.
I'm not wearing heels. I'll take them off.
She's even shorter than she appears on some. Hey, that's Dana.
Dana's corny jokes. Here we go. Which letter is the coolest? Okay, what do you call a running turkey? What do you call a short court trial? Can I just show that chart? I know we got to go for.
Dana loves your charts.
It's a great chart, and I sent it to everyone this morning so that they could take a look at
at
these.
7 in the morning, you get like 8 charts from Dana.
Didn't you think it was interesting?
I didn't look at it either.
You didn't even click on it?
I opened it and then I closed it.
Who sends charts before 9 a.m.?
Let me tell you about Jasper. My dog, Jasper. Jasper's birthday. Jasper. 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 Be Jasper. 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 Jasper.
Chasing people around with a reptile,
Oh my
even
gosh.
going into the walk-in with it.
Hello, Dana.
Hi, Mom.
I just wanted to tell you that you're not in trouble.
I almost cried then. I almost cried. I can't believe it all happened in 1 year.
You had a wild year, and there are a lot of highlights, a lot of lowlights. My God. By the way, those aren't jokes; those are riddles.
Oh, do you want me to change it to
Corny riddles. They should be
corny
corny riddles. But are you amazed how often you say Jasper now?
I am a little amazed.
That we just did a Jasper intervention.
Yeah, we did. I can't believe how many days I take off, and half of those highlights are someone else in the chair. Jeez. Do I take a lot of vacation?
Yeah, you do. Well, your hair's off.
Either that or everyone who works on the show doesn't like watching you again.
Too much Jesse.
By the way, I don't think that they're bad. I think that I would call them jokes because they make me laugh.
Yeah, but
Very
a joke is different than a riddle, and that's a riddle.
It's a riddle, but corny jokes works a lot better
Than a corny riddle. Exactly.
Can I tell you something about your height? I mean, first of all, that's a fantastic thing because you would make a great professional snowboarder or a gymnast. My oldest daughter reached a milestone this year because she's now Dana +3.
Wow.
She's 5'3". Mm-hmm.
You are 5 feet
Do you know
tall.
what I could do with 3 extra inches of height?
Oh, thank God you said height.
I could reach all sorts of things.
What could you do, Greg?
You know what? It's funny. My mom was, I think, 4'11", but you never really noticed it.
Well, if you're
She had
4'11",
big
you cheat and you say you're 5 foot.
Yeah, yeah, you cheat. But short people have, they're larger than life.
Well, what I'm really looking forward to is this next roundup. We have some really entertaining stuff. Take a look at Jesse's highlights.
You'll be in this, Jesse.
Oh, good. There we go. Get it locked in. Civilization started going downhill when I joined the 5. Slim Jims, a weapon.
Yes.
And lots of books to read.
John Fund had a piece in National Review today.
I read that. Andrew McCarthy had a great piece in the National Review today.
Oh, wow, we've been quoting him all week.
I'm going to read that after Tucker's.
Jesse.
And Ann Coulter's. What's so funny?
Nothing.
You've seen my bedstand. I think we should use more movie clips in the show. It's a really good way if you're not funny enough to get the audience to laugh a little bit more.
Jesse, you're the king of whataboutism, and I'm thinking.
Oh, I got a good one for this. This is what I call a whataboutism scandal. Here's some whataboutism, Juan. You came to the right person about whataboutism, Juan. Finally, someone to defend whataboutism. Whataboutism is like. And then lastly, stop talking about your hair. I have a new hairstyle that I'm debuting.
There we go.
And I want to take it around the table. If anybody can notice to the side, it's a little different. I feel like I'm considered like a metrosexual at Fox News for some reason. So I was thinking, how would I look with hair like that? Do we have? There it is.
Oh, it's the same.
You know, my mother told me to stop talking about my hair, so I'm going to ignore that insult, Greg. I was severely bullied as a child, and
You deserved it.
Really?
It was, my good
serious?
looks, my intelligence. I've never bullied. I've always been bullied. We're so out of touch, Dana. Juan has been exhibiting some signs of Trump derangement syndrome. He's extremely short. No offense, he's extremely short. Jesse stereotypes.
Yes, exactly.
Short.
No,
Whataboutism in hair.
Whataboutism in hair. Are those my highlights? I think we can do better than that.
I don't know.
You know what? I can't believe they didn't show your jackets. I love your jackets. You wear the lightest, most beautiful jacket.
Yeah, we'll do that next time. You mean my powder blue?
Yeah, the powder blue. What'd you say?
Powder
He's
blue.
the Liberace of Fox News.
Is that what it is?
I'm something at Fox News. Oh, man.
Anyway, you know, but the big star, of course, is your mom's.
Mom text.
Yes, those are the.
Everybody loves her.
We should do the whole show on that one time.
I think we should and make it a lot easier for the rest of us.
That's true.
Yes.
It'd be even easier than Facebook Friday.
Yes.
By the way,
possible.
you know your mom gave me that Trump countdown clock?
Yes.
It's speeded up, Mom.
Oh,
I need more.
It's going 8 years, not 4.
All right, I love having you here.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
All right. Next, we get a real treat. Here's Juan's.
Guess what? And guess what? Guess what? Because guess what? Guess what? Take a look at my grandkids, folks. Eli's starting 3rd grade. The girls are off to 1st grade. I brought back some pictures of Rafi and Morgan. Here's their magic moment, exchanging rings with Father CJ. Yep, that's me, 40 years ago, cutting my wedding cake. Party time, time for one more thing. These are the dog days of summer. Big boys cry too. Folks, I'm all shook up. Saturday, it was Girls Gone Wild in D.C. Talk about jumping out of the frying pan and into the fire. Achoo! Democrats aren't the ones to blame. Oh, come on. Greg, come on. That's what you see. That's what I'm like, come on.
Go ahead.
Come on, man. Come on,
Yes,
lady.
listen,
the
Come
quiz
on.
show.
Come on. But anyway, the larger point to my mind.
Which I'm right.
Well, that's always true. That's always true.
You have optimism swirl. You have the peace pendulum.
Responsibility.
If you want to blame,
What is the Democratic platform?
we change our memories.
Jawbone down
Oh,
the
my
Fed, and then
Well, it's interesting because the answer is B.
Juan won.
Good job, Juan.
Juan won.
Thank you.
Williams, congratulations.
I think America.
Hey, by the way, do I get a little more respect having won both the supermarket and...
No, you don't
Juan's
get no
the king of the
respect.
quiz.
Okay, all right.
Thanks,
Juan.
Juan.
It's the only time Juan is right.
You know what I realized? Your one more thing intros are like what the local newscaster does.
Yeah,
You know,
it's a euphemism every single time.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, here's one. Ready? Guess what?
Yes.
Come on. That's the way it rolls.
I like it.
And then a facial expression of
And
disbelief.
then
You left out the. I don't know what's going on at this table.
Yeah,
you know, I'm sitting here at this table.
But that's a perpetual state. That's like always for me, right? No. I tell you, that's a lot of fun to see because it's like self-revelatory.
Yeah.
Guess what?
You know,
Yeah.
it kind of made fun of you showing a picture of your family, but I love how much you love your family.
Oh, well, that's good.
That's wonderful. I mean, you talk about them and you really give people a glimpse inside because they think that you're the worst person on the planet, a lot of viewers. And then when they meet your family, they realize that you are deeply connected. And the fact that you have raised Republicans gives a lot of viewers hope.
I see.
You did one thing right. Well,
Yeah, the one thing. That's, the funny part about this is it's like, well, did they think I was born like without a family or never had a family?
Oh.
The thing about guess what is that that could be any year.
Yeah.
Right, I do it all
Yeah.
the time.
And as much as they give
And
you a
it's
hard
spreading.
time,
It's spreading.
spreading?
You have because you keep doing. Now everybody's doing it. You hear it everywhere.
well, yes, you must watch a lot of TV.
I do.
Because guess what?
What?
We have
know what
more TV to do, and we're going to have a chance now to go down Greg's
What do I
memory
repeat?
lane. Watch this.
It's all about bowels. And she circled the earth in a gravy boat. Dana Perino. She snorkels with a macaroni, and she skis in a sugar bowl. And a paperclip is her trombone. And a staple is her balance beam. I got my bread bear. I'm gonna watch your special coverage, holding the bear. The bear means everything. One more thing. Can I say one more thing?
Yeah.
The green food here in the D.C. Bureau is not good. Knitted Lou Dobbs a bodysuit that he wears. On the weekends, me and Lou Dobbs will go to the park, and we use our own body weight as resistance training. Born to be Wild, The Life and Times of Lou Dobbs. Yeah, 'cause this book is doing great, by the way. If you haven't purchased it yet, you haven't bought my book, you're dead to me. It's the Gutfeld monologues. I got a gift for every one of you, and I forgot to sign them. I'll be there with my book, and then you can buy the book, because it'll change your life. My mic died? Do it now? Is it?
use hers.
I need a mic. This is a crazy show. All right. So anyway, I'm going to be in Dallas. I'm going to be in Fort Worth, Texas. It's time for Animals Are Great. Animals are great. Animals are great. This hamster is great. You know what animal's really great? How about a little duck? Animals are great. Animals are great.
I think that's run its course.
Animals are great. It's incurable.
You know, you can define your year as animals are great and your book. That's it.
But
That's it.
My
And
book,
Dobbs.
And Dobbs.
Dobbs, my book, and animals. What else do you need?
Sounds like an ideal weekend.
It is. By the way, animal. If I invent one thing and no one ever remembers anything else, it's animals are great.
It's pretty good.
What happened with Brett Baer saying Captain Kangaroo brought that?
He was wrong.
He was wrong?
I looked it up. Captain Kangaroo sang an entirely different song. And ironically, his name's Bear, but he doesn't know much about animals.
But one thing that you found on your book tour, to bring this full circle, is that the little kids that watch the 5, they love to watch One More Thing. They love the animal.
Because
videos.
if you just have one little animal thing or one yelling thing, like somebody acting really silly, kids like it. It's like, do you remember when you watched a show as a kid and you liked it, but you didn't really know what was going on?
That's you, Greg. Doing it for the kids.
Yeah, I'm doing it for the kids. Like this sweater with that Santa on a unicorn.
Do you leave that here at the office and bring it out every year?
This has been sitting on a shelf for like 365 days.
Did you have it Hollanderized?
What?
Did you have it Hollanderized?
No, I don't know. And it does kind of smell.
What's
wow, great.
Hollanderized?
That's when you take. It's an old word for tailoring.
Oh.
All
So
right.
here's my relationship to you, Greg.
Yes.
When I go out into the rest of the Fox world,
Right.
I say, Lou, don't complain to me. I don't control Brett. And then if I go to DC, the DC bureau, I say, Brett, look, this is between you and Greg, not me. Leave me out of it, right? And then Dana will come up to me and say, don't you think he's making fun of me? I said, no, Dana, it's all in good fun. Good fun.
Oh, good fun. It's true. Talk about good fun. Watch Kennedy.
Oh no.
Show them.
Well, I'm just watching the fireworks with a basket of popcorn here. This is Canard Depardieu.
Oh, that's a great name.
Thank you.
By the way, I like his
Adorable.
haircut.
Oh, he's so sweet. It looks like Jesse. What do you say? You want the president to
Trump
have
2020?
another summit with Vladimir Putin?
You're tough, Kennedy. All right, I give up.
How do you think I broke my foot? I was kicking a shark in the face.
All right.
I have this vision of Robert Mueller like a painter, just standing in front of his canvas going, oh, I'm an artist, and you never really know when it's done.
You hit the nail on the head, Miranda.
No. It's Charlotte, Samantha.
Miranda is you're Miranda. I am Charlotte.
Western Europe needs Destiny Child, bills. Can you pay my bills? My mom worked for the phone company. I told her I was going to spend the night at a friend's house, but I really went to the Republican convention at the beach to Dorchester, and my mom is a lifelong Democrat. It's the only time in my life I was grounded. Jesse, I know I've told you this before. If ever I'm in a bad mood, all I do is go to YouTube and watch crying Hillary supporters from election night.
I love Kennedy's imitation. Did you hear her do Bernie Sanders?
Yes, that's great.
That was good.
But you know what?
He needs more than 1%. This is a drink called the Hillary. To celebrate National Tequila Day. Smash blackberries, some lime, because it's got to be a little bit bitter. And enough tequila to get you hammered to help you break the glass ceiling. Just a little bit more.
Kennedy, you're always good for a few laughs.
Oh, bless your bones.
Yeah, you know you're funny. It's an inside joke. There's an anchor that actually went up to Kennedy and said, you know you're funny.
Yeah, for abroad.
For abroad, yeah, that's what he said.
Lou Dobbs, can you believe
No, it wasn't Lou
There we go
Dobbs.
again.
It wasn't Lou Dobbs. This is better. You know those shows that used to do flashback episodes?
Yeah.
I hated that. But this is
I
better.
love flashback episodes sometimes when you have like.
I just like flashbacks.
Whatever happened to that chick? Is that chick okay? That little baby?
The duckling?
The
Yes,
duckling?
the duckling, oddly enough, changed species and blossomed into a beautiful swan.
Oh, is that what they become, swans?
Sure. Yeah, that's absolutely right. They
I believed
started
it.
as baby ducklings.
I'm curious what you hear, like when you're out and about in the world. What do people ask you about the 5?
They always ask about Juan and like, why do you guys let Juan get away with so much stuff?
That's
and I
true.
think Juan probably feels very exasperated. But I had, when I was filling in for you the other night at the L'Oreal Woman of Worth ceremony.
Oh, you backed out of that, Dana?
No,
I was at a funeral.
Oh, never mind.
Way to go, Greg.
But
Yikes.
a young man who worked at the hotel said, you got to look out for Juan. He's my guy.
Yeah.
I watch Fox, and I watch the 5 for Juan. So,
All right, there
but
you go.
they always want to know.
By the way, I have a
my
question.
uncle has a crush on you.
You can't drink alcohol on TV, but you made that amazing
Tell me
drink.
now.
But did it taste good?
It was fantastic.
Oh.
Yes, I've got one called the Sweet Chariot.
Oh, so you can drink in commercial breaks.
I do.
That's good to know.
What do you think's in here?
Well, yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah, I didn't mention for yours, Scott Adams.
What? Oh!
That would have been great.
I can't believe you guys didn't.
The producers.
Yes.
Oh
Unbelievable.
my gosh, the best of, the worst of. It's the best of times, it's the worst of times. But actually, it's always the best of times on the 5.
That would be a good lead for a book.
Which one?
I don't know.
The best of times.
Please don't write another book. You've written enough.
Too late. All right, up next, everything is bigger in Texas, including the barbecue. Our tasty trip to Dallas is next on the 5's Christmas Eve special.
And when you walk down
He said that music is terrible. What is that? That is What's My Name by The Clash off the first Clash album.
Typical Christmas music.
Yes, written by Keith Levine, who then went into Public Image.
Yes.
One of the
there you
great bands. All right, he wrote that like in a hallway, that
You're
song.
getting off topic.
I am trying to be off topic. Okay, welcome back to the 5's Christmas Eve special. A look back at some of our more memorable moments from the year. Everyone knows ribs are one of my favorite foods, so naturally I couldn't miss the chance to try some true Texas-style barbecue when we headed to Dallas. That's in Texas, Jesse, before the midterms.
Hey everybody, we're here at the Heart 8 Pit Barbecue in Dallas, Texas, which is amazing. Of course, I got Greg and Jesse with me here. You guys ready to eat?
We're so hungry. Let's go.
At about 5:36 p.m. every day in the commercial break, you'll ask this question. So every day at 5:36, Greg in the commercial break will ask, what am I going to eat tonight? And it's usually ribs.
That's all I eat. I think I eat ribs 4 times a week.
What's in Greg's cup, by the way? Is that sweet tea, Greg?
I call it sweet tea. Some people might call it just hard wine. I may hate the Democrats, I may hate the libs, but man, I do love these ribs. I don't know.
You can tell, though, that the Dallas Cowboys lost just by the mood of this
is that
place.
what's going on?
You can feel it, you know, because the Redskins just beat the Cowboys, so there's a little bit of a
That's a big
pall
rivalry,
over the
right?
crowd. Yes, Taylor.
If Juan was here,
Cowboys and Indians were a rivalry a long time before
Juan was
football.
here, he would.
Greg, I think this is our first road trip with Jesse.
I know.
Any
I don't know
advice? Any advice for me on the road?
You know, Lawrence Jones is here with us, and he is
Hey.
from Texas. You know him from Fox News. Let's bring in Lawrence Jones.
Hi, Lawrence.
This
What's
is
up,
your
Lawrence?
recommendation. Why'd you pick this place? You used to come here a lot?
Yeah, because they don't rush the process. They season their meat, they marinate it, and then they put it in the smoker, get that extra flavor in there, and it's so good, right?
When they say everything is bigger in Texas, what specifically are they referring
Every-
to?
Jesse, this isn't some kind of sick Waters World game.
The state fair, the guns, the buildings. The only thing that's not big is the taxes. We don't have a state tax.
But even
I
in
like
Dallas,
that.
Jesse's hair is big. Look at that. That's big hair.
Thanks for sure.
See that thing up there? That's a wolverine. You know what a wolverine is? It's half wolf, half urine.
That's like worth more than the Mega Millions.
Wow.
A lot of meat.
Yeah.
Wow.
Looks good.
This is Greg's dream come true.
I'm taking this picture so I can look at it when I go to bed at night.
Can one person eat one of these by themselves?
You know, we do have some linemen that come in here from the Dallas Cowboys that will devour one of these.
One per lineman? So what's the key to barbecue down here? What's your secret?
Well, you know, it's kind of the national pastime for the country of Texas down here. That's what we do. Everybody barbecues. Everybody's in their backyard.
The country of Texas.
The country of Texas.
Okay.
Yeah, let's get that right.
Ted Cruz was saying that Beto O'Rourke wants to get rid of barbecue in Texas.
Okay,
What do you
well,
think about that?
That has got to be, it's got to be a joke.
Got it.
Because anybody in the state of Texas can commit political suicide by saying, fill these all the way up with wood. It'll burn all night long. My guys will get here at 5 o'clock in the morning. We'll start warming up the pits again and get ready to cook for that day.
Have you ever put a small boy in there about the size of Greg?
Can you close that? My face is melting off.
Well, it's hard. It's hard to do a segment that involves eating
Especially if you're starving.
Yeah, I didn't speak the entire segment, and the producer had to get in my ear and say, "Stop eating, Jesse, say something."
Yeah, because you just stopped doing your job.
I remember you bragging for the whole rest of the trip down to Texas how funny that Wolverine joke was. You liked it. I didn't even think it was that good.
Because it was so dumb.
It's so dumb.
And I've got kids who tell dumb jokes, and it feels.
See, that's a dumb joke, not a dumb riddle.
Okay. Yeah, well, you missed out, man. That was some good barbecue.
I did. I was working, but I must say.
Oh, we weren't working at all either.
But when I saw you, I was surprised that you said it's too spicy, because you love spicy food.
I know, I got caught in my throat. I have a very small throat.
Oh, okay. You have some unusual issues.
Oh, how did you? I have issues? I do, Greg. Okay, go to the pharmacy.
I know all the pharmacists.
I love the brisket.
Yeah.
I let you guys have the sides. Remember, you had the macaroni and cheese.
Yes.
Oh, the corn.
And there was the corn.
Lawrence's mother or grandmother made an excellent dessert. Did you remember this? Was it like a corn dessert or something we ate?
No, what was the, it was like a sweet pumpkin pie.
Yeah, it was insane.
Oh, what was
I remember
that?
if it was his mother or grandmother.
Yeah, but she owns a bakery.
It's her bakery. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and in fact, he mentioned it when we did the show at SMU.
No wonder
and
he
it blew
gained
out
weight.
the internet because everyone was trying to order her.
They crashed the website.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, that can happen.
Well.
That and Kim Kardashian's bottom, apparently.
Yep.
All right.
Pie
Kennedy.
and Kim Kardashian.
Well, that beat Wolverine.
Yes. All right. Shall I move on?
Yeah, let's go.
Juan's all-access look behind the scenes at this year's Major League All-Star Game when we return.
We hope you and your family are having a very Merry Christmas Eve. I'm a huge baseball fan, so it was the thrill of a lifetime for me to be at the MLB All-Star Game in D.C. in July. It's time to take you behind the scenes for all the Major League action. Big boys' dreams come true. I'm Juan, and I get to go to the All-Star Game for the first time in my baseball fan's life. But you know what? It's also a dream come true for a little boy named Juan. I'm going to the All-Star Game. Can you believe it? All-Star Game. So I'm a national season ticket holder, and I wanted to tell you guys and show you guys where I sit when I come to have some fun. Time off means baseball for me. So this is where I sit at Nationals Park. I want to show you where Charles Krauthammer sat right here. Charles, as you know, was in a wheelchair, so this was a special accommodation made for him by the team.
After the games were over, he'd come and take his, he was on that wheelchair and come down in the runway, and I would talk to him.
What would he talk to you about?
He'd ask me why I took that guy out.
Oh, he wouldn't really? This is the first time I've ever been to an All-Star game. Big thrill for me. Is it a thrill for you as a player?
Yeah, for sure. It's my first one as well.
Okay, All-Star game. I know fans think it's not that big, it's an exhibition. You'd say, no, it's really great because...
Well, it's great because it is an exhibition, and it's an exhibition of the greatest players on the planet.
Grew up a Reds fan.
Yeah.
You grew up a Reds fan and you play for the Reds. That's nobody else that I've talked to is able to say that so far. So ever since I was a little kid, baseball's been everything to me. And it's such a thrill that now I get to share it with my grandson, Eli. You grew up in Detroit.
I did.
So you were a Tigers fan first?
I love the Tigers. I can tell you all the people who were on the '68 team that won the World Series.
So here I am in Nationals Park in my seat at the ballpark next to my favorite baseball fan, my wife, Denise. She's a bigger fan than I am because she gets to come to all the games. You love baseball?
I love baseball.
But you love me more. You see what I mean? You see what I mean? Leroy Wines is my usher. My man helps me out, but I gotta tell you, so when I catch a fly ball, what do you make me do with it? Give it to a youngster. And Mary Catherine scores every game the old-fashioned way on her scorecard. It's a beautiful night for baseball. Let's play 2 All-Stars.
That's pretty fun.
Juan, okay, so you were in such a good mood after you went to that game. The producers should send you to a baseball game every single week.
Is that right?
So
Because I wear on you?
No, your spirits were so lifted that week.
I can tell you, Juan, the reason why I like that is we have proof that Ben Carson is still around. That's the first time I've seen Ben Carson.
Ben Carson sighting.
Yeah, in ages.
And he can hit.
Yes,
yeah,
he can
swing.
Nice little hack.
And you know what we had fun with? One of the producers with me is Deb Cody. And Deb is a big Boston Red Sox fan. And as you saw, I got to go there and talk to all the players.
Wow.
And one of them was Mookie Betts, which is her favorite, right? So
yeah.
What a thrill for Deb
I
as
heard
well.
they got engaged. Bringing people together.
Well, that's true. Bringing people together. I like that.
Or tearing them apart.
And you know what else? Bud Black, the manager of the Rockies, I guess that must be one of your favorite teams. He came over to say hello, and he's a fan of the 5.
I don't like the idea of you have to give your ball to a kid.
No, that's like why? You just want to keep
Why? They should learn that if they want a ball, they got to earn it.
Life is not easy.
Yes.
I think if you take a mitt to a game, you get to keep the ball.
Well, you're saying Crowdhammer
Yes.
had a special seat designated for him that was, it's interesting.
The Lerner family, who owns the
No.
Nationals, made not only a special seat available, which is a special section. It's not
A
a
whole
seat.
section.
He got to sit in his wheelchair, right?
Yeah.
It's amazing.
But the best part was driving to the ballpark with Charles, because of course Charles, had the special James Bond type van. It just
That he was in control of.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, and he
I
drove
can-
fast. He had a need for speed.
Yeah, he had
I
a
can
lead
tell you.
foot.
But he got to park like in the owner's, parking spot. I mean, it's unbelievable.
It's unbelievable. Charles. Wow.
Anyway.
is
Go ahead. Go
deeply
ahead.
missed.
Deeply missed. Well, much loved. Up next, the escapades of Miss Dana Perino and Jesse Waters. Find out who screamed the loudest when they visited a haunted house this year and who was the better waiter at one of the hottest dinners in Nashville. Next on the 5's Christmas Eve special.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
The drum.
Thanks, Dana. It's a drum. Welcome back to the 5's Christmas Eve special. Dana and I had a lot of opportunities to take out our antics on the road this year. Remember when I embarrassed her with my amazing waiter skills? We'll take a look back at that in a moment. But first, let's check out our visit to a haunted house. It was a very scary experience. We're here at Blood Manor, Dana and I, New York's premier haunted attraction. We're wearing these GoPros so they could capture all of Dana's shrieks, not mine.
And there will be shrieks. I have not been to a haunted house since I think I was 13.
I'm not that scared, pretty tough. These things don't traditionally scare me. If you do hear me scream at all, it's probably because I'm hamming it up for the cameras.
That's right. If I'm shrieking, you can guarantee that it's because I'm terrified.
All right, let's do it. Okay! All right. Yeah, guys, freaking me out, man! Okay, let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Oh, God! Oh, God! Let's go! Let's go! Oh, Jesus! Okay.
Okay. Dig inside first. Ooh, you got pretty hair. Let me chop it off for my dolly.
Oh, stop touching me! Stop touching me! I can't see anything!
This is the worst idea
I can't see anything! I don't feel so good. I think I hurt my neck. On the first hit. Oh, God! You brought a little chicken nugget with you. Oh, it's a butcher shop. Oh, I'm gonna enjoy cutting you open. Oh, no. No, 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 no. Which way? No! We survived Blood Manor.
I am so glad you were in front.
I'm not.
I don't know if I could do that again.
Dana, I don't feel so well.
I thought you were joking.
No, I feel sick. If you want to be scared, do this. And I was clearly acting when I was screaming like that. That was not real.
You really just like laid it up, put it all out there.
I did. I laid it on thick.
Yeah.
For the folks. I wanted to really entertain the people watching.
I felt like a terrible colleague because I really did hide behind you the entire time.
Yeah, you pushed me forward into all the people with the medical devices.
No, I didn't. I gave you a warning, too, that they were going to start screaming at you.
Yeah.
Hey, I did a poll on packages on Twitter, and it turned out that, packages are segments like these. Do you like it when the hosts go places? So 39% said they love them. 38% said they love them. 39% said that they hated them.
Oh, not true. I want to show it to me. Can I see the poll?
It's going to take a while. But then 20-some-odd% said they're indifferent, so I added it up. So it's 60% don't like the packages.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, here we are. 38% love them.
No.
23% hate them.
Yeah, 39% indifferent.
That's 5,500.
The same poll had Hillary winning.
Yes, that's true. Oh, yeah. Well, maybe this is wrong. We don't know. But I do know this.
You just don't want to go out of the building.
I don't want to leave the building. That's right.
There's a little bit of data manipulation there for one reason or another.
By the way, so the thing that caught my attention was the blood. I just thought, man, if they splattered blood on poor Dana Perino, that'd be awful.
Well, the thing is that if you go to one of these haunted houses in New York where you have actors and that have part-time job at the haunted house for the month, like they're really into it, the set design and everything. I mean, if you want to be scared, it was pretty good.
And I do feel like once they knew the Fox people were coming in Manhattan, they took a little bit out on us, a little bit more.
Why say us? You.
Me. You. Definitely me. All right. Back in April, Dana and I attended the 17th annual Waiting for Wishes dinner in Nashville to help raise money for some very special charities, where we waited on the tables. It was a great night. Take a look.
Let's welcome Dana Perino. Jesse Waters.
I don't know how Jesse Waters got invited, though. Do you want to tell us anything about that?
I don't know either. It was a complete surprise to me, too.
Do you guys want a picture of the real celebrity?
Yes!
Here we go.
Wait, this is my world. Oh. It's like my kid brother. I got to take him along with me everywhere. I did wait tables years ago, so we'll figure this out. Not even sure what I'm doing, but we'll make it work.
I need brown bread. They told me that someone needs brown bread. Oh my God! 3 plates.
Jesse, are you working?
What about working? I'm taking pictures here. I need brown bread for a table. More of that brown bread. Where do I get that? It's in the kitchen. Can I butter your roll?
Actually, yeah, if you would do that,
I'm gonna butter your roll. Do you like a lot of butter or a little butter? Really slather it on? Let me sign something. Or you probably just want the NFL players to sign it. Am I gonna ruin it?
How much is Jasper worth?
You better be putting money in for me, right?
And you can vote for me. Do you know how to do that?
Steak knives for everybody. $20 a knife. I'm gonna dig in.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, we're friends, right?
Yeah.
What, you had medium rare? Oh, that's good.
Is that good?
Oh, you're welcome.
This is Bailey. Let's make him famous.
I like the pocket square. That's sharp. Can I give you a little secret? Dress for the job you want, not for the job you have.
I gotta take a plate back.
You sure?
Yep.
Just doing it for the camera. We know.
What's this? Are you eating that?
Actually working. This is not my plate. I just sat down.
You have made it worth the whole night.
Ah, thank you.
We've got Jesse Waters and Dana Perino. I mean, obviously.
Now, we're actually invited back. Can you believe that?
I can believe I'm invited back. I was helpful. I actually did the work. I was like,
So, Dana, who was the better waiter?
Oh, she was much better than I was.
But I did wait tables growing up. But I am excited because if we all go back as a show, It's going to be really fun.
Can Greg wait tables, or is he just
I just
gonna
love how
stay in
you
the corner?
dispense that highly original advice to that young child.
Okay, what would you have told the young
No,
lad?
I just like, here's a piece of advice from me. Dress for the job you want. It's like, I think he's probably already heard that.
But I think you should have told him about the hair. That's
Yeah.
what you should have said. You should have said, you know, get a hairstyle like mine.
Yeah, the bigger the hair, the bigger the paycheck.
But the other part was, I've never seen a waiter butter a roll.
Well, Juan, it's very hands-on service. When we bring you down there, if you're allowed to come down,
Yes,
you
I
can
don't
butter
know.
some rolls as well.
Were you really massaging those Kobe steaks back in the kitchen?
Yes, yes. The
It's a little
marbleization on
intimidating
the
at first.
Kobe.
I think we'll be better at it this
Spectacular.
year now that we know what we're doing.
I'm just going to hang out in the bar with the NFL players.
Let's look
was
at that
the
poll
thing.
again, see what the numbers are on these packages here. I'm going to refresh.
It's going to take us to the recording studio.
What?
You're going to take us to the recording studio.
Oh, yeah, that'll be fun.
Right?
Yeah, we're going to have Greg drink some wine, and then he's going to go into the recording studio and sing some country music Greg Gutfeld style.
I'm going to write the songs that make the whole world smile.
But I must say, how come the guy had to tell you that the bread's in the kitchen?
Juan, I had maybe had a few drinks, so I was confused about where the kitchen was.
Oh, so it's really no different than a regular taping of The Five.
Okay, up next, what happens when you let me, Greg, and Juan loose in a toy store? Next on The Five.
Love that song. Welcome back. It wouldn't be a 5 Christmas Eve special unless you were here, and you are, thank goodness. Well, and if we didn't have toys, we sent Jesse, Juan, and Greg to the world-famous FAO Schwarz to check out some of the hottest holiday selections. And what's the worst that could happen? Let's find out.
What are we doing here, Jesse?
I think we're going to play with some toys, Greg.
Yeah, this is the typical cliched Christmas segment every show does.
Are you going to be difficult?
Yes. This is where the show sends you to a toy store to play with toys that other shows have already played with.
There we go.
Holy crap, you guys. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa.
And what happened then? Well, in New York, they say Greg's Grinchy heart grew 3 sizes that day.
This is what you're getting me, Jesse. This is what you're getting me. I can ride this sucker.
Merry Christmas, Greg.
How much is this? $800. You can do that.
I get expensive.
Is this a wonderland, a winter wonderland?
When I go to a toy store for Christmas, you know what I want? I want glass cleaner.
This one's
I want
cool.
laundry detergent.
Why don't you get on up?
I'm not gonna get on.
Why don't you get on?
My favorite piece of magic. Magic, okay?
I have a request. Can you make Juan disappear?
Can you make Jesse's hair stand on end?
It looks like it already did it.
Now, you place the coins in the palm of your hand, the lid on top. Make a nice tight fist for me, okay? Watch closely. The money jumps all the way from your hand through the air and lands at the table. Let's have a look. No way.
Yes! Whoa! You know why that works? He has very small hands.
This is a robot that dispenses candy.
The biggest Hershey bar you ever saw.
There's one over here. Another robot. It's a Glucotron 2.
You've changed your quarters to pennies.
Another robot. They're everywhere. They're coming to take our jobs. It's only a matter of time, America. The name of the bear is Doo-Doo, just so you know. It's very strange.
Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night.
Sultry,
I
sweet
loved it.
tones of
Nice.
Lou Dobbs.
Lou Dobbs,
narrator.
another
Bonding
priceless cameo from Mr. Dobbs. He makes everything a little better.
So you thought it was going to be horrible, and they had that giant unicorn, and I saw you.
It was downhill from there. By the way, you know what's interesting? What I learned is it's good to be short, because when we walk into the toy store, the people who don't like Jesse can see Jesse because he's tall. But the people who don't like me or you, they can't see us. Oh, you weren't there.
No.
But remember when you walked in and somebody said, somebody go, oh, hey, Jesse, and they'll wave, and then somebody else will come up and like threaten you?
Someone dropped the F-bomb right when I walked in.
Yes.
In a toy
In
store.
a children's toy store right before
What were you
Christmas.
doing? Rummaging through people's pockets? with your
Yeah,
hand?
being the little man that I am, I can steal.
Why didn't you mount that unicorn? I told you to get on up there.
I thought you meant mount is put it on the wall.
No, I meant like climb up.
Right.
$800 is a lot. I mean, it's a pretty expensive store.
Not
right?
for you, Dana.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't spend that.
They got you 3 of them.
Yeah, I can't wait for our Secret Santa.
What are you looking forward to getting on Christmas tomorrow?
Well, we have a no gift pact, but I kind of violated it because I sent to Peter a link to a backpack purse that I wanted.
Oh, a backpack purse.
But-
You don't look like somebody who would wear a backpack purse.
No, remember my sparkly backpack?
Yes, I do.
You broke a contract?
Yes, I did. I might be going to jail for 5 years.
But in answer to your question, you know, it's kind of unbelievable. We got to dance like they did in Big on that piano, right? That was pretty cool.
You had some moves, Juan.
Well, I say Greg that wasn't into it.
No. In fact, they edited out the thing that I did on the piano.
Oh, no. Did that require a mop and some maintenance staff?
I brought it down to a really low level. And
I think it was nice that they allowed us in.
Yes.
That was nice. You know what? Because it's jam-packed. It's not the old FAO Schwarz. It's a new one.
Yeah, they're the
And
line.
it was packed.
But of course, being TV anchors, we got to cut in line. Everybody in line was so happy to see us. It's like, what are they doing?
It's like the illegals, you know, Greg? They cut right in front of everybody else.
Where's due process?
That's right.
Yeah,
we need
yeah.
a process.
Yeah,
we need a process.
Maybe you should just give them all $800 unicorns and that would make everything better.
That's right.
Problem solved. Stay with us. There's much more to come on the 5's Christmas Eve special next.
And it will be spectacular. We'll be answering your holiday fan mail questions from social media, plus a special festive edition of Jesse's Supermarket Showdown. And
this is going to be the door. 1, 2.